For the 4-hour chart, Bitcoin was left here with a backward movement. This movement was higher. I was expecting a retracement to touch the blue moving average. I told you yesterday, with the sloping that the moving average had yesterday, I was expecting the reversion until $24,000, and the backward movement was higher. This candle made the majority of rookies around who don't know Bitcoin cry. Dear friends, this is a perfectly natural movement. It's still called breaking every important line and supporting what is important to continue rising. It's still possible that Bitcoin goes down to the control point and it doesn't reach the daily trend. However, yesterday afternoon I told my community that at touching the blue moving average, wherever it is located, because I'm not a fortune teller to know the path of the exponential average, because it's a range, dear friends, which has a negative slope with a bearish direction and the price following, but with a decreasing volume so substantial that puts Bitcoin in a range. It could last as long as it wants to bounce up, but sooner or later Bitcoin has to bounce up. Bitcoin from the bullish cross on exponential averages that happened on February 15, more or less between 10 a.m. and 12 noon, it's reaching the blue moving average to keep rising. If the 55 periods moving average in orange continue with a similar path to the one I'm drawing on the screen, it would go down to look for it and touch this zone, and the red arrow I'm painting here, it's the current movement Bitcoin shows. But we already saw during 4 candles it couldn't go beyond certain area in $23,600, so we don't have to think in a higher drop than at that point. When it finishes its flat pattern, I definitely leave it bullish. What's Bitcoin doing down there? Giving us the chance to buy Satoshis at a better price for the following movement coming the next 6 to 8 weeks on the daily chart. In the 4 hours frame, it's a range we can buy down and sell up. So I leave this drawing for you, this green rectangle as you like, and I leave it in dark green. It means with no doubt we can buy between $23,800 and $23,500. I leave $300 of tolerance. The most patient ones will buy a little lower, and the daring ones will buy there in this moment. We don't have volume, so no rush. All this Friday until late afternoon, you will have the opportunity to buy Bitcoin there in that green marked zone. I leave Bitcoin bullish anyway. If it keeps falling down to the point of control, my dear friends, rejoice heaven and earth, because here we can buy again to go up. The point of control of the volume in time, it's a great point for a strong buy in Bitcoin this trend change. This is my point of view, but these aren't investment recommendations. I tell you what I see and what I'm doing. In these 5 years doing trading, I've done a wonderful job. Despite the robbery I suffered some time ago, when I lost 2.56 Bitcoin, I'm already recovered and beyond the recovery. Therefore, my strategy in spot is great, and my strategy in scalping with split capital is excellent. In that way, we are also gaining the daily bread. So, if we enter and exit many times in 15 minutes and lower chart, we can do this for a living, and we don't have to worry about living on something else. But for this, we have to be ready and prepare ourselves a lot.